Hey everybody, this is Dave Dugdale, learningdslrvideo.com. I'm on vacation and just remembered I have a 30-day trial on this. I have to give this back in a few days, so I was like, I brought it with me just to try it out. Normally I usually try stuff for a full 30 days and give a review, but this one I've just kind of forgotten about, so sorry about that. Mark Wallace turned me on to this particular meter. It's called the Sekonic L308DC. Cinemate is what it's called, and it's kind of designed especially for DSLR shooters like myself and you guys. Basically what it solves for is aperture. So you can put in your ISO, which for right now I'm shooting at 100 ISO, and I'm shooting at a 50th a second. So if I put this under my chin, I get a reading of 5.6. Yeah, let's try it up here. 4. Let's try my shirt. 4. But I understand you should want to be under somebody's chin for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm getting 4. So let me go and change my camera to 4 because right now I'm at 5.6. Stand by. So now the background should be totally blown out. Take a measurement. 4.0. I was at 5.6. So basically, definitely check out Mark Wallace's review. He goes in really depth of what this thing can do, but he didn't really give examples. So what I thought I'd do here is give you lots of examples of things I've been playing around with. Also, sorry for all the noise around here. I'm on vacation, like I said. I didn't bring my Rode video mic or anything. AGC and all. I mean, I'm not even using Magic Lantern here, so it's probably pretty nasty. Alright, anyway. So, definitely check out Mark Wallace's video. Covers all that stuff. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This particular flower is spotlighted, just basically light on the flower itself. Now the Canon T2i and other Canons, all they use is center weighted average. You can't use spot metering, you can't use value weighted metering, you can't use all the 4 different ones that you have in stills mode. You can only use center weighted average in video mode. So that's where this thing can be a real help. It can pinpoint just that one area that you're trying to set the exposure for. So if it's a flower and you set it right on the flower, you can adjust it. You can see I had overexposed and center weighted average because everything around it was very black and the flower was lit, so it was giving me the wrong aperture reading. Whereas if I put it right on the flower, then I can correct for it, as you see in the example here. And I'm going to show you some other examples as I'm talking of things that I've tried around the area. So as I've been doing more color correction, color balance is definitely a key issue in terms of getting the exposure just right. Because even if you're just like 1/3 of a stop or 2/3 of a stop off, it can really muddy up your shadows and get them noisy when you're color correcting. So getting it spot on with a device like this is really crucial. That being said, I would actually buy one of these things because it's not cheap. I mean, this thing is light. It's lighter than my iPhone. It feels like it should be inexpensive. I think most of the weight is in the battery. But it's like $280 if my memory serves me correctly. Close to $300. I don't know, because I'm more of a run and gun shooter and I really don't have time to set up the shot correctly. If I did, I'd probably use this if I was in the studio a lot and I needed to get light ratios correct or repeatability. Let's say you've got a key light coming on one side of the face, you take the measurement here, and then you've got the bounce card or whatever, and you take it here, and you get that ratio just set up just right, then this could be a very useful tool. Also, green screens, if you flip this out, and you put it, I think it's called the Luma disc, that you snap onto here, you can actually get the light that's just entering straight in, and you can get the light for a green screen set up just right. Again, I have Magic Lantern, there's zebras, so do I need it? Not quite sure. But as a learning tool, it's been kind of interesting the last few days playing around with it, just going around and hitting things. Like for example, my kids were at lunch today, my kids were sitting there, so I was moving around and I was showing them and teaching them about f-stops, and they said, well, what does the f stand for? And I'm like, I don't know what the f stands for. I know it has to do with aperture. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know what the f stands for. But anyway, for instance, my daughter's face was like a 22 in direct sunlight, but the other side of her face was in the shade, and it was like an f8. I'm like, how do you expose for that? There's no way. So what you do in that situation, I believe, you use like a scrim or a screen or something to cut the amount of light hitting her face, and then you can compress that difference between f-stops and get a better light ratio of contrast on the person's face, and it would work better. So definitely as a learning tool, the last few days it's been kind of neat, but would I buy it? I'm not quite sure at that price point. If it was, this thing is so light, if it was like, I don't know, if it was $80 to $100, I'd probably buy it, but $280? I think that's what it costs? I'm not quite sure. What do you guys think? Alright, I'm back to my vacation. I should order a drink at the bar here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.